Hey there, I'm Lainey Lipsky, parenting coach and master teacher. Parenting is hard. I totally get it, and I'm here to make it easier for you. Especially if you had a tough childhood or you've got a tough child now, I've got your back. So take a deep breath, relax, and check out this clip from my coaching group this week. And remember to hit like and subscribe if you like my vibe. Let's get started. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like that's frustrating. If you're like, and we're not even talking about like getting A's on tests, right? We're talking about like, I don't know, personal hygiene or like basic things. I think that there's like, I only say that because I just got into something with one of my kids this morning where I was like, one of them, we have a thing about showering in the evening because both my kids are athletes, and one of my kids did not shower yesterday after and then ended up going to bed. And like, I was just like, no, that's not okay. And now you need to strip your bed and go and wash your sheets because if you slept in sheets, then you were sweaty and gross, like that's gross, you know? And they're teenagers, so I can talk to them directly like that. Um, but when I see them not taking responsibility for themselves, yeah, that's a really hard thing to let go of, and I'm not willing to let go of it completely. I think that my answer is more around um, like having fair expectations, and when they don't meet my expectations, not not laying on um, the disappointment with guilt, you know? That's like a really bad double-decker sandwich right there when you combine guilt with disappointment. And, you know, many teenagers grew up with their parents saying, "I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed." Like, what's worse, you know? It's really hard. Um, but you don't want to be piling on guilt on top of or shame on top of disappointment. And I think it's fair as they get older to say, "Listen, I'm expecting certain things," and to check what's really important, because if you have a ton of expectations and a ton of high expectations, then over time you just become like Charlie Brown's mother or teacher, or I think any adult in that cartoon series where it's like wah, 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 wah. They don't hear it after a while, and it just becomes a series of unmet expectations. And the thing that I want to remind you of that I find myself saying a lot is that expectations are the seeds of resentment, right? And so I don't think the answer is to not have any expectations, but to really limit the number of expectations that you have for your kids and hold a few of those, dear, and hold on to them and focus on a couple of things that really matter. And that may be some, maybe it's this year, it's personal hygiene and cleaning up the kitchen. I'm just making those up. And next year it's going to be these other two things, but I would probably focus on one or two of those things at a time. How you can do it by the year or by the month or however, but I wouldn't do them all at the same time, because then it's just setting up a huge potential for your kids disappointing you, you disappointing yourself, and you being resentful. And a lot of, you know, bad stuff comes from there. I really hope this video was helpful to you. Feel free to share it and use the comments to ask a question or to request a topic for the future. We've got links below for free support with things like discipline, teaching your kids how to be more gritty, and how to be more patient with your kids, plus access to my free coaching group. So be sure to check those links out. And remember, we get one shot at parenthood. Our kids only get one shot at their childhood, so let's make it count. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.